The legend of the phoenix is not just a myth. It is a blueprint for radical personal transformation. We won't delve into the stages of the alchemy of death, but rather see how they intertwine in your life. The phoenix is proof that destruction holds an invaluable worth. Discover the dance of the 4 alchemical stages and receive the keys to apply this wisdom to your daily life. For those who walked the alchemy of death journey with us, this is the chapter that crowns your path. The series showed us that, in the process of awakening consciousness, death is not an end, but the necessary dissolution of what no longer serves. Hitting rock bottom is not a sentence. It is the nest from which the phoenix is reborn. The psychoanalyst Carl Jung dedicated his life to deciphering the soul, viewing alchemy as a map for personal development and individuation. He teaches us that transformation is a 4-act process, where each phase of chaos and dissolution serves only to release the living gold within you. You are not broken. You are being purified by fire. The phoenix is the archetype of inner power. It is reborn not despite the fire, but because of it. It is proof that life always offers us the chance to be authentic and unbreakable. Prepare to understand the phoenix process as a life cycle and receive the final observations for manifesting it. The universe listens to you when you allow yourself to be fire and rebirth. If the vessel does not crack, the new wine cannot enter. Lao Tzu. The first alchemical stage is Nigredo, or the darkness. The death we explored in the series is your Nigredo, the phase of dissolution, collapse, chaos, and confrontation with your shadows. It is the moment when life, or destiny, brings us to our knees. It's when grief, the loss of a relationship, a belief, or a purpose, seems to consume us. The ego is reduced to ashes. Carl Jung called this moment the encounter with the shadow. It is everything we suppress, deny, or judge in ourselves. Nigredo is the fire of destruction, the cauldron where the ego dissolves to release the essence. The pain here is intense, but all healing begins with the acceptance of what hurts. Do not run from your Nigredo. It is not a punishment. It is the heat of the phoenix's nest catching fire. Only when we are in the absolute darkest is it possible to truly see what no longer serves. As the wise master Lao Tzu said, the usefulness of the vessel is due to its emptiness. The darkness is the fertile void reached in the surrender to the dark. The phoenix teaches us, the ashes are your starting material. It is the necessary burning for rebirth. The process is not linear. The sage's path is circular. The true lesson of the alchemy of death is that the 4 stages are not steps to be overcome, but rather a circular dance that repeats itself at different levels of our lives. The value of the journey is not in reaching Rubedo and staying there, but in accepting that life will always invite us back into Nigredo. But when the burning ceases, after the carbonization of Nigredo, we enter Albedo, the whiteness or purification phase. After the carbonization of Nigredo, we enter Albedo. It is the water that washes the ashes and brings inner silence. The fire gives way to the mist, and the focus moves from pain to reflection, detachment, and the search for clarity. Albedo is the stage of inner listening. It is not a state of euphoria, but of deep clarity and calm, a presence without noise. It is where you begin to separate the essential from the accessory. You realize that true freedom is not in having control over what happens outside, but in having authority over what vibrates within. It's not what happens outside. It is what vibrates inside. Jung reminds us that the unconscious communicates through symbols, and Albedo is the moment when silent wisdom begins to translate those messages. The phoenix begins to take shape, purified from its past. The light that emerges in Albedo is not the external glow of success, but the internal illumination of spiritual truth. You are building the body of the phoenix, cleansed of all illusion. The water of purification evaporates, and what remains is the golden essence of wisdom. The Citrinitas stage, the yellowing or golden dawn, marks the decisive turning point. It is the golden touch of insight and purpose. It is here that past lessons are integrated and suffering transmutes into practical knowledge. It is the birth of a new understanding. You look at the ashes of your Nigredo and see the map to your vocation. It is a moment of reconnection where you are not just surviving, but integrating what hurt. The phoenix now knows its new destination and the purpose of its flight. Citrinitas is the spiritual awakening in its most functional form. Inner and relational life align. It is the soul that, instead of seeking external healing, manifests its own healing through kindness to the present moment and trust in its vibration. The phoenix is warming its wings for the final flight, bathed in the light of the new sun. Your greatest pain becomes your greatest wisdom. Gold is not created, it is revealed. It was there, waiting for the fire. We arrive at Rubedo, the final stage of the reddening. This is the full manifestation of the gold, self-realization. The phoenix is at its maximum splendor. The phoenix process is complete. It is the union of all parts, the total integration of the self. Rubedo is not the absence of problems. It is absolute resilience. It is being deeply connected to your purpose. You become gold, authentic, unshakable, and manifesting your presence and inner power. It is the integration between the material and the spiritual. Emotional healing becomes a state, not an effort. You are not just seeing the light, you have become the lamp lit in the dark. This is the pinnacle of the journey, the realization of spiritual truth. Inspirational conclusion. The phoenix, in its glorious flight, does not deny the nest of ashes. It carries it as proof of its inner transformation. The phoenix process is not an event. It is your new way of living. After understanding the depth of each stage of the alchemy of death, true mastery lies in applying this wisdom to your daily life. The phoenix teaches us that Rubedo is not a destination, but a state of being that must be cultivated daily. To keep the flame of this inner transformation alive, we need conscious observations and actions. The phoenix bequeathed us a 4-step guide for your continuous personal development. Apply them. Number 1. Nigredo tip. Honor the shadow, the observation. In your moment of greatest discomfort, crisis, or anger, do not suppress the emotion. Just name it and observe it, without judgment and without trying to solve it. Example: I am feeling fear, or I am grieving. Just observing the ash, the pain, prevents it from suffocating you. The phoenix's fire only ignites when the material is accepted. Number 2. Albedo tip. Create the empty space, the purification. Reserve 10 minutes daily for inner silence. No phone, no tasks, just you and your breath. Allow the water of calm to wash away the impurities of excessive noise. It is in this fertile void that presence and clarity emerge. Number 3. Citrinitas tip. Discover the gold of the lesson, the insight. Look at your biggest current challenge and ask the question: what in this situation is teaching me about my purpose or my inner strength? Shift the perspective from victim to learner. Wisdom is not in running away, but in reconnecting with what the pain has transformed. Number 4. Rubedo tip. Manifest the new self, the authentic action. Take a single small but authentic action today that reflects the truth you found in your spiritual awakening. It could be saying a gentle no, starting a project you were putting off, or expressing genuine gratitude. To manifest the gold is to act in alignment with your living soul. If these words have touched something inside you, perhaps it is time to take one more step on this path of rediscovering your inner truth. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to continue receiving content that nourishes the soul with presence and authenticity. Share what resonated with your heart in the comments. Your story might be the mirror someone needed to find. If you are looking for a safe haven, know that our community is the sanctuary where fertile silence is shared and deepened. Enjoy the channel's posts. And to continue expanding this field of presence, we suggest the video pinned to the card. May it be a source of inspiration on your journey. Peace and light.